Hello students, कैसे हो आप? How are you? I hope you all are fine and you have done my work and you have seen my last week videos. I have sent you a video about the your 10th chapter cyber safety. In this video, we have read about these topics. First was the internet. What is the internet? That is the interconnected network of the computer. Then we have read about what are the advantages of the internet, where we can use the internet. For example, internet is useful in education, in sports, in health, and in many areas where we are using the internet in our daily life, and it is the most important part of our life these days. After that, we have read about the disadvantages of the internet. What are the disadvantages of this? There are many disadvantages with the advantages also. For example, there are many types of viruses that comes into our computer that can hack our data and that can destroy our data, and some can steal our important informations, our bank account, and many systems. There are many disadvantages of this. We are wasting our times on the social medias also. So this is all about the disadvantages of the internet. After that, we have read about the ethics, computing ethics. What are the ethics of using the computers? When we are using the computers, then we should follow some ethics, we should follow some principles. When you are following these principles, then we are safely using these computers, and that will be beneficial for the society also if we will be using these ethics principles. Next are what are the unethical practices in about the computers. In unethical practices, we have read about plagiarism. What is the plagiarism? When we are presenting someone's work by your own by my when when you are presenting someone's important work by your own name, this is an act of plagiarism. Next is cyber bullying. When you are bullying someone, when you are threatening someone, when you are speaking wrong on the social media about someone, when you are posting something wrong about someone, that is known as the cyber bullying. Next is the phishing. What is the phishing and hacking? Hacking means when you are steal the informations, that is the hacking. Next is phishing. When you are sending some mails to someone, some fake mails to someone, some fake messages to someone. For example, when you are sending some messages to someone, for example, some messages comes in your mobiles that you have won a car, that is about that act is known as the phishing, fake messages when you send. Next is the spamming. What about the spamming? When you are sending the bulk emails to anyone, and it will destroy the speed and the space of your inbox and all this, that is known as the spamming. So these are the points about the unethical practices. Next point, we have discussed the rights to privacy. What are the rights to privacy? When you are storing your data on the computers, then you have some rights about the privacy of your data that is given by the government to us. And what are these rights and how we can use these rights, that we have read in my last week videos. So this is the review of the chapter cyber safety, and which we have done in this chapter. Now we will move further with this. Now our next topic is software piracy. What is the software piracy? When you have purchased a software, one software you have purchased, and you have installed it on many computers. When you have purchased one copy of the software, pirated copy of the software, and with one pirated software copy you have install it on more than one computer, that is known as the software piracy. And here one terms that comes here, that is soft lifting, that is related to this कि हमने एक लाइसेंस्ड कॉपी ली सॉफ्टवेयर की और उस सॉफ्टवेयर कॉपी को बहुत सारे पीसेस में इंस्टॉल कर दिया, दैट इज सॉफ्ट लिफ्टिंग. एंड व्हेन यू आर यूजिंग द pirated copy, that is known as the software piracy. So there are some rules behind it to avoid this soft lifting. So what are those measures that how we can provide this software piracy की pirated software? जनरली जो हम विंडोज़ यूज़ करते हैं, what operating systems we are using in our pieces, अगर हम licensed वो buy करते हैं, that has of the high cost. It is not possible for us to purchase every software. So most of the time we are using the pirated software, and that is really very wrong. Then how we can what are the measures to prevent this software piracy? There are some measures to prevent it. First is licensed copy. Whenever you are buying some software, firstly check, is it licensed or is it pirated? After checking this, you should buy that software. Next is purchase software CD from a reputed seller. आपको एक रेप्यूटेड सेलर से ही एक सॉफ्टवेयर की कॉपी या सॉफ्टवेयर की सीडी बाय करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द सेलर्स हैव द पायरेटेड कॉपी, एंड व्हेन एवर यू आर इंस्टॉलिंग इट ऑन योर पीसी, समटाइम्स इट मे बी क्रैश्ड ऑल्सो, कभी ये वर्क नहीं करती और कभी आपके अगेंस्ट केस भी हो सकता है. सो वी शुड बाय अ सीडी फ्रॉम अ रेप्यूटेड सेलर दैट ही विल गिव अस द ओरिजिनल कॉपी, दैट देयर शुड बी अ श्योरिटी ऑफ. Next is prefer online software. Now these days most of the software are free software, and that is available on your browser, and you can directly download these online software. Just check and download these online software. Next is register your software to avoid soft lifting. When you have made a software and you want no one make a pirated copy of it, so please firstly you have to register your software. After you're registering, you can you can give a blame to anyone, या आप उसके अगेंस्ट केस भी फाइल कर सकते हैं. You can file a case against that person who are using the pirated copy of your software. You are selling the pirated copy of the software, but you can file a case against that person only if your software is registered. So by following these points, we can avoid the software piracy with this. Now next is intellectual. Next topic we are going to discuss, that is intellectual property rights. Next is intellectual property rights. What is intellectual property rights? Intellectual is related to our minds. So whatever creations of our minds, of our mind and our artistic mind या our commercial minds, whatever are inventions of our minds, then we are gaining a legal rights on it. The definition of this is, it is a legal property rights of a person over creation of his or her minds, both artistic and commercial. Whatever the creations of our minds, if we have a rights on that work, that is known as the intellectual property rights. तो हम अपनी जो भी हमारी न्यू इन्वेंशंस है, हम उसको रजिस्टर करवा सकते हैं. That new inventions related to your artistic, related to your mind, या your creativity, your art which you are uploading on your internet, that is that, and you are having a rights on that, then that comes under the intellectual property rights. Then what are the measures to protect it? What we can do, how we can take a rights on it? There are the 3 methods to take a rights on it. First is patent your inventions. When you have done some new invention और आपने उस invention पे patent करवा लिया है, then there is no one allowed to make that same thing again. No one can make it, no one can sell it, no one can buy it. उसको बनाने का, बेचने का सभी राइट सिर्फ उसी पर्सन के पास है जिसने वो नई इन्वेंशन की है। तो दैट अगर वो राइट हमें लेना है कि हमारी इन्वेंशन को देख के सेम इन्वेंशन कोई और पर्सन ना करे, तो हमें उस इन्वेंशन का पेटेंट करवाना पड़ता है। दैट इज पेटेंट योर इन्वेंशंस। नेक्स्ट इज कॉपीराइट योर art and publications. You can have a legal right on your artwork, on your intellectual work, or on your publications, whichever books are published by you. That is, you have create a copyright on this. It means when you have published this on the internet, no one can copy it, no one can paste your data, no one can copy your data. If someone has done it, then उसके against लीगल एक्शन हो सकता है. दैट इज कॉपीराइट. यू कैन copyright your work. And the third thing is register your trademark. Which trademarks you are using, which logos you are using in your sites, in your whatever you are doing. For example, जैसे आप देखते हो कि इतनी चीज़ें हम बाय करते हैं, कुर्तीज़ लेते हैं, डब्ल्यू की कुर्तीज़ या जो भी ब्रांडेड चीज़ें हम लेते हैं उस पर उनका लोगो लगा होता है. एंड दैट लोगोज इज दे आर ट्रेडमार्क इज रजिस्टर्स, कि कोई और उनके सेम लोगो को लगाकर उस चीज़ को सेल नहीं कर सकता. तो क्यों नहीं कर सकता? करते हैं कई, लेकिन जब वो पकड़े जाते हैं तो उनके अगेंस्ट केस भी हो सकता है. तो दिस इज रजिस्टर. वी हैव टू ट्रेडमार्क आवर लोगो, या वी हैव टू ट्रेडमार्क आवर वर्क, या व्हाटएवर वी आर यूजिंग. तो दैट इज रजिस्टर योर ट्रेडमार्क. तो 3 थिंग्स हम कर सकते हैं. अगर आर्टिस्टिक वर्क है देन यू कैन, या कोई पब्लिकेशंस है देन यू कैन कॉपीराइट ऑन इट्स. न्यू इन्वेंशंस देन you can patent it, and if your trademark related to some trademarks then you can register your trademark. This is intellectual property rights and how we can gain the intellectual property rights on our inventions, on the new things that are produced, that are invented by us. So this is intellectual property rights. Now the last topic is cyber. Now we are moving on to last topic, that is the cyber crime. Now the next topic is cyber crime. What is cyber crime? Cyber crime is any illegal activity done through the internet. That is known as the cyber crime. When you are doing a crime on the internet, that is known as the cyber crime. For example, identity theft. जब हम किसी की आइडेंटिटी को स्टील करके अपने में उसके नेम से किसी को फेक मेल्स, फेक मैसेजेस सेंड करते हैं, तो दैट क्राइम comes under the identity theft. Next is credit card theft. There are some sites on which when we are putting our personal information, credit card information, and someone hackers are stealing that information and they steal the data from our bank. That is the credit card theft. Next is the internet frauds. There are so many internet frauds you have seen, कि by sending the fake messages to you, this some messages comes to you that you can buy this car in this in 20,000 rupees, and you go there and you buy some money, or you send some money through your bank account also. So these type of frauds is known as the internet frauds. So this is the cyber crime. Now there is some safety measures while using the internet. When you are using the internet, then what safety measures you should use? But against this cyber crime, what safety measures you can use? First is minor should surf the net under the supervision of their parent. Whenever the childs are using the internet, that should be under the supervision of their parents. We should keep an eye on them. Next, parents should suggest age-appropriate websites to their children. Parents should take care of their children, that which type of websites they are surfing. For example, most of the time we are using a google.com, and for kids there is the doodle.com, and in doodle.com there all the information are same like as in Google, but that is the safe site for that are the safe sites for the children's. Next, strong password should be used. We should use a strong password. Your password should not be hacked by anyone. we should use the special characters, special numbers for making a password. Next is encryption should be used. Encryption means when you are sending your important data to anyone, that should be encrypted. That should not be in a easily readable form. You can format your data into different form and then you should send, and only the receiver knows that how he can decrypt this data. He has the key to decrypt this encrypted data, and then it will come, then by using the decryptions that will get the data in a original form. So whenever we are sending our data, that should important data, that should be in an encrypted form. Next is regular backup your data. We should take a regular backup of data because due to some hackers and due to some viruses our data can be lost. So we should have a backup of our important data. Next is firewalls. We should have a firewalls because firewalls is a wall that does not allow the unauthorized mails to come to your PC, come to your inbox. So we should always use the firewalls. Next is avoid unwanted mails. If some unwanted mails comes, please don't open these mails. We should avoid these types of the mail. We should ignore these mails. So these are some safety measures which we can use to avoid these cyber crimes. So students, this was all about your chapter 10 cyber safety. Now today our theory part of this chapter is completed, and my next video I will teach you about the bookwork of this chapter. So please read this chapter carefully and please read all the theory that is given in this. If you are facing any problem, you can contact me and you can get more data. You can surf more about this chapter on the internet also. So thank you till then. Thank you and have a nice day.